Joining us now, Article 3 Project founder and president, Mike Davis. Mike, that talk, it might seem pie in the sky, foolhardy, but it shakes me and shakes us to our core because they are dead set on turning the high court into another left-wing liberal legislative branch. And they will stop at nothing, I think.
Yes, the next time Democrats control the White House, House and Senate, they will absolutely nuke the legislative filibuster, meaning take the vote threshold from 60 votes to pass legislation in the Senate to 50 plus the vice presidents. They will pack the Supreme Court with left-wing radicals. They will add D.C., Puerto Rico, maybe other new states with 2 new Democrat senators each. They will open up our border. They will give citizenship to 50 million illegal aliens. It is game over America the next time that they control 3 branches of our government.
But just on the Supreme Court for 1 second, it strikes me that these guys had no problems when it was a liberal Supreme Court. They didn't think about we need 13 of them, and they got to have a retirement age. They loved old liberal justices. They loved 9 justices, right? None of that was a problem, until the politics changed, the president changed, the appointments changed. So even the arguments, Mike, they're just ex post facto rationalizations for the policy that they want.
Well, let's just ask Cory Booker and these other radical Democrats, should we go ahead and do 13 Supreme Court justices right now? Why don't they pass that right now and let President Trump and Senate Republicans appoint 4 more? Of course the Democrats lost control of the Supreme Court in President Trump's first term. We have the first constitutionalist majority in 90 years. It is the last line of defense that protects us from government tyranny, from government anarchy, and the Democrats see the Supreme Court in their way, and they want to destroy the Supreme Court.
Yeah. All right, I want to get your take on a brewing battle in the Senate as several Republicans demand action from leader John Thune to advance the Save America Act. Senator Mike Lee laying out that path forward.
3 out of 4 Americans, regardless of political party, want to make it easy to vote, hard to cheat. That's what the House-passed Save America Act does, and the Senate needs to be willing to do the hard work to make sure that that happens. If we put it on the floor tomorrow and we announce that we're going to debate it until it passes, I'm confident that we can get there.
Okay, so this sounds like the talking filibuster idea, right, where you just talk it till it's done. How does that work? Like, how do you end debate and do a simple majority vote in that process? I'm dying to understand how that works.
Well, the Save America Act has the support of 80% of Americans, over 80%, including a supermajority of Democrats and even a supermajority of minorities. Those black Americans who Democrats pretend don't have the wherewithal to get a voter ID like everyone else, when in reality the Democrats just want their illegal aliens to vote. If the Senate Republicans, if John Thune can't pass legislation with that much support among Americans, bipartisan support among Americans, they're in the wrong line of work. They should get out of the Senate and go do something else, because this seems like it's a no-brainer. Senator Mike Lee is exactly correct. It generally takes 60 votes in the Senate to end debate, to end a filibuster. But all you have to do is make senators stand on their feet and debate, and then they're going to run out of gas, and then they can vote with a simple majority vote. I would say this to Senate Republicans: cancel your August recess. Recess is for kids. Get the Save America Act on President Trump's desk, and you can do it during August recess.
So it's literally they run out of gas. That's how you get to the vote. Mike, great to see you. Breathy gas. Thank you so much.